There's a moment that many good men experience, a moment when we realize that we are carrying everything, but we no longer remember what it's all for anymore. We're tired, we're exhausted, we feel like we're fighting an uphill battle on every front. And often we assume that maybe we just need a good night rest or a long weekend, or maybe we need to work on our work-life balance or to be more disciplined. And all these things might be true, but the more we keep taking on and on our plate, the more we feel that pressure crushing us inside. On the outside, everything looks good. No one has any complaint that we're showing up, we're volunteering, we're doing everything we're supposed to on the outside, but on the inside, we're slowly dying inside. And so it becomes a quiet crisis. There's no fanfare on the outside, no dramatic or moral failures on the outside, but inside we're slowly dying, and we don't understand why. The issue is one of formation, where we have been taught how to function, how to show up in our roles as husbands and fathers and members of our community. We know how to volunteer and show up whenever there's a need, whenever there is a crisis, that we're the ones there pouring ourselves out for others. And so no one can fault us on that. But what we haven't been taught is how to bear the weight of that responsibility, how to wield our strength well. And so in many ways, we are underformed. And so this is like giving the keys of our car to our teenager without teaching him how to drive. And so we're giving him responsibility, but we're not teaching him how to wield that responsibility. And in many ways, this is what our strength and our manhood has been like for us, that we've been given the weight of responsibility, we've been given the duty of responsibility, but no one has shown us, all right, here is how you're supposed to carry that weight. Here's how you're supposed to carry that responsibility. And so we find ourselves being crushed inside. More and more is being required of us in each season, but again, we don't have the strength, the internal strength to stand up under that. And so now we're slowly dying inside. What is needed is to start asking better questions. That often when we feel this ache, this angst inside, we just double down and do more of what we've always been doing. That maybe next time, if we just keep trying harder, then finally we can find that relief. Finally we can find that peace that we're longing for. And we're confused when it never comes. We need a different approach. And so instead of asking what is wrong with us, what needs to be fixed, what is this ache showing us? What is this ache revealing us? Is it possible that God is calling us into deeper waters of being and not so much of doing? That we're doing a lot, and maybe going forward we don't need to do more, but to be more. And what does it look like now to allow our strength to be shaped, to be formed by God, instead of taking on more and more responsibility and expecting different results? And so the invitation for you is not to keep trying harder, to keep trying to do more or to learn more, but to learn how to listen deeper. What is God up to in this season of pressure, of difficulties? What is God up to, and how is he shaping you through it? And are you willing to submit your strength to his process of transformation so that you become the man who's able to bear his strength well throughout his life and relationships? Blessing not only you, but your wife, your kids, your community. You're able to bless everyone because you're able to become the man who God is able to entrust with more of his kingdom. God is in the business of growing us up. But formation doesn't start by knowing more or doing more or working harder. Our formation starts when we're willing to submit our strength to his process of transformation. And so we have the choice that we can either be formed and bear our weight and strength well, or we can be underformed and allow that pressure and responsibility to eventually take us out. What will your choice be?